and I have talked before about the huge amount of stress that women deal with in their lives. Men deal with stress in their lives as well, but somehow women push through it in a different way, and we feel like it's our badge of honor that we need to just carry around. But the fact of the matter is that stress in women's lives that they deny and they push past is really impacting their health in a tremendous way. Can you give me some insight?
Women have a huge impact of stress on their hearts, and women biologically tend to put themselves last. Stress has an impact on the lining of the arteries. What happens is there's an increase in stress hormones, epinephrine, norepinephrine, cortisol, inflammatory hormones, and what this leads to is plaque inside the arteries. In some ways, this epidemic of stress is increasing women's heart health risk exponentially. It is so important that women understand when they are under stress, they have to do something about it. And one of the biggest issues is asking for help, which is something that women tend not to do. We look at the issue of supportive environments, having supportive relationships, tend and befriend, as we say. And this issue for women is so important in reversing some of the issues or managing some of the issues that come along with stress.
Well, it's so funny because I think women, we think about stress like we're sitting in traffic, we're running late as micro events. But the truth of the matter is that we've become so used to this low level of chronic stress that runs through our lives. And it's constantly fueling and firing up our system and creating inflammation.
That low level of stress is partially what leads to obesity, fatigue, exhaustion. Then all of a sudden we're not eating healthy and we're not exercising and we're not taking care of ourselves. So stress in a lot of ways is the beginning point of what leads us to become unhealthy and not take care of ourselves and get sick.
And you said we don't like to ask for help. We also don't like, and I think this is one of the changers in my life, was just taking the time for me. My family knows if I'm going to exercise, no one's coming between me and my exercise because that's the time I need. Or take time for a walk or a whatever to do nothing for a break and reset.
We all think of self-care as being something that's frivolous, unnecessary, or selfish. It is imperative that we make time for ourselves. And I think it's also important because we have in some ways become very isolated, and sitting in our cars, being at the computer, on our phones, we tend not to have that one-on-one interpersonal relationships anymore. And it's important to sit down, talk to friends, communicate, laugh together. That community, those relationships are part of what keeps us sane, healthy, decrease inflammation, and believe it or not, dilate your arteries and keep your heart healthy.
And will make us better wives, mothers, and individuals as well.
Absolutely.
All right, women, no joke. Take care of yourself. If you liked what you just watched, please let us know. Make a comment on the video. Do that social thing. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it on any of those social places that you like to go. And come back to bottomlineinc.com for more videos with Suzanne Steinbaum and more of our Bottom Line experts.